Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new painting tutorial, and this time I'm going to explain how to paint the plate caster. If you want to know how the base was done, I have a tutorial done. I did it in the weekly painting, and yeah, if you're interested, I can advise you to the right link. But in this case, I will know in this tutorial we focus on how to paint the miniature itself. So as you can see, it's priming black, and I still keep the backpack separated from the body, but the rest of the parts are completely assembled. Maybe there are some parts that are going to be a little bit tricky to reach, but I think overall will be okay. So let's start applying some base colors, and I will start applying Castellan Green. You can apply Castellan Green as a base color for or there is the Death Guard Green, but this is pretty close, and I decided to keep using this one as I was for the painting job. So we are going to paint all the armor plates with this color, okay? And as you can see, I have it quite thin, even in my I normally thin my paints directly on the pot, but you see that it's quite thin. And I will keep all the parts. I will try to paint all the parts that I want to be green. So I start here with the knee protection, but I will do all the different armor plates. I will keep some parts that I will do in metallic, that is like oxidized. And yeah, it's a tricky. You have to start somewhere. So I thought that starting with this, having the green base color is good. You want to do especially first this part, and you see there is quite a deep part with this green that needs to be done. So let's start doing that. Okay. So I will do that, and I will come back once this is done. I will do also all this part here around the mouth. We are going to give later on more organic look, but as the base color, we want to start with that. Okay, so the first part we are going to do is we are going to focus on all this area, and later on, and the last part you want to do is the most external part, like the arms and the weapons. So let's do this first, and I will be back once it is done. So as you can see, Castella Green have been applied on all the armor parts. Okay, it's the main color in principle, and I also applied it is still fresh on the backpack. So next step, I'm going to start using the complementary metal color, and here I will start using a color that is called gold, but more than gold, it's bronze. So let me find it. Is Balthasar Gold. So Balthasar Gold was the base color what I was using in the past, and it's quite a cooperish color, and it works very well with the green. Why I'm using this now? So I tend to go to the deeper parts, and we have here this type of color on the armor that I want to do with this color. Okay, so I will do this, and I will do different parts of them. There is also a corrugate tube there inside. I will also do it with this color. I will use this color for some of the armor parts and the corrugate tubes, like this one. Okay, go from here, and we apply it. I know it looks very bright, but yeah, we are going to mute the color later on. So again, there is not too much technique here. We just apply this color on all the parts where we want this bronze cooperish color. It's more cooperish than bronze, it's quite reddish, although it's called Gehenna's gold, but have, from my point of view, have nothing to do with gold. So you do that, and we'll apply this on all the different parts, and I come back once this is done. So next, you see I have the trimming with the metal. I'm going to start working on the face, because it's one of the most hidden parts of the miniature, and I will use Celestial Grey. I want to give this like very pale, greyish, weird tonality, so unhealthy, completely unhealthy skin, and I will try a little bit something different. Celestial Grey have a little bit of bluish, greenish tonality, so we are going to do that, leaving the mouth with the base color. Okay. And this is the only part of the skin visible on this guy. As you can see, this is a great color as a base if you want to do white as well. So this is really a very good base to do white. Okay. So we wait. So while this is drying, okay, because we need to wait that this dries, I will do this type of hood and clothes that this guy is wearing. And here we can choose different color. I don't like the purple, so I will deviate from the traditional, from the purple we see on Games Workshop. I will go for like a putrid color, valor brown. This will give like a yellowish color. The other option is go for a bone color and make it like a dirty white, but I think this with the appropriate shade will give quite interesting contrast with the green. So I'm going to use valor brown. Sorry for that. Valor brown, okay, and we are going to paint this piece of cloth with valor brown. So I do that, and I come back once it's done. So next step, I'm going to paint all this. I don't know how to call it. All these type of visceras. Guts, all these guts and things that we have here, fat and dropping down. So I'm going to use Cadian flagstone as the first color, and then we are going to work with the washes and so on to give a nasty look. As usual, what I'm doing now is I'm just applying the base colors. You see we have a little bit of pustules, and there is a lot of nasty stuff on this belly. So I'm going to do that. Again, we are going to apply here, and there is like a fly there. It's quite difficult to identify everything. So I apply first this, so it will help to identify all the parts, and after that we are going to do all the highlights and all the detail we need to do. The only problem I have with this miniature is, you see here, it's difficult to reach behind this piece of cloth. So maybe it was not the best idea to put all the parts together. but we are going to manage. So I do that, I finalize that, and I come back once this is done. So the next I'm going to do the wash with purple, and I did my wash with the Kala Lilac. So I used the Kala Lilac 50% or a little bit more with Lamia medium and I did my mixture here. Okay, so and this is quite thin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this as a wash on the face. Okay, to give a purplish finishing. I see that it's too light, so I always like to start very light. If you see that it's too light, I go for the next one, that is Shadows Purple, and I will put a little bit of Shadows Purple here to make it a little bit darker. Okay, it's making this thicker at the same time, but I think it will work because it's. And I will apply again. And you want to give this type of purplish touch. Okay, purplish shading on the skin. We'll leave it like that. And now I will wait until this dries before doing the next step. So I wait that this dries and I come back. This is how the face looks like once the wash is dry. See, we have all this violet tint, but I'm going to do a second wash, and this time I will focus around the eye, and I will use again the Vachi Violet. It is the dark violet wash, and in that case I will just apply it on around this eye. Okay. And what I want to make sure here is to have the right shade to start painting the eye. Okay. So while this is drying, I will start applying the color on. I will finalize. Yeah, I will finalize the base colors mainly. So I will start applying the colors on the horns, on the stick. I will leave the smoke for later on, and the teeth. So for the teeth, I will start with quite a darker color. So I will use Unger Flesh, because this is quite yellowish, and from there I'm going to highlight. Okay, of course first we need to do a wash there, but I want to have the base colors done. So I don't want to make just white teeth. I don't want to make clean teeth, but I want to make them look like teeth. So this way I start with this quite yellowish color or orangey ochre color. I think you can maybe also use taupe ochre color, but I prefer to use this one. Okay, so I will do this on all the teeth, and I come back once this is done. So next I'm going to do the different horns, and I will use a different color for that. I'm going to use Vermilion Brown, and with that I'm going to pick all the different horns. And I will do this stuff as well. So again, this has not too much mystery. We just pick up all the horns and we paint them with Vermilion Brown. Okay. And as you can see, it's quite thin. So you want to avoid to cover any detail, because they have quite a nice texture, all these horns. I will do that and I come back once it's done. So next step, I'm going to use let's call this iron breaker, and I will use the chainmail that is just below the belly. As you can see, I'm just applying now almost all the base colors. And from there we are going to start to do the washes. One of the wash that you understand I will do the most is air shade. So we apply that, try to thin it down, because you want to keep all the texture, and for me the trick on the chainmails is always to keep the texture and let the wash and the dry brush do the work for you. There is not other thing. Okay, so I do that, and yeah, it's going to be fast, so I will do it on camera. We don't forget the back. But I will do that, I will do the same with the pistol, and I come back once this is done. Now I'm going to use again Balthasar Gold, and I'm going to do these things that we have on the cloth and these ornaments there. So I will do all this to be sure that this is, I want to be sure that this is done. Okay, we are going to do as well this one here, for example. Okay. Symbol of Nurgle. So I will do all the other parts that are missing with Balthasar Gold, and I'm back when this is done. I use again iron breaker because I want to do this type of fly ornament we have here. I will paint them as rusted metallic or something like that. So I paint this with iron breaker. Okay, this should be quite fast as well. As you can see, I did the symbols. We need to clean up with the previous color, with the yellow color, the piece of cloth. So it's normal that when you're doing base color, sometimes you need to go back to previous colors, because maybe you miss a spot, or when you're doing the next color you realize that you have missed some part. So I'm doing that, and I will be back on the next step. So I was explaining, we need to clean up a little bit the clothes where, especially this black spot there around the legs of these scarabs. So these are like flies, we say, no more than scarabs. So we want to, actually, for example, this one, here we are going to clean up a little bit. And later on we will need to retouch maybe in these parts. There are these small legs that are, okay. Okay, so this is all. Next, I'm going to use Gotha Brown on this thing. Okay. So you do that, and I come back once this is done. So next, I'm going to use Camo Green on the smoke. I know that the official color is with a yellowish smoke, but in my case I prefer to go for green smoke type look like. So I will apply Alwyn Camo on this, and there are some flies inside of this smoke. We will try to, here for example there are some flies, we try to not to paint the flies, to make them pop up. Okay, so I will do that. And you can see Ogwin Camo can cover quite well. I will paint this like a poison smoke. A poisoned smoke, or poison smoke, or plague smoke. I will not paint this like fire. So that means that I will follow the traditional way to highlight. So darker on the recesses and lighter on the more external parts. Now the base colors all have been applied. I leave here the flies in black. So, and here I will finalize the first part on the painting tutorial of this video. So keep tuned if you want to see the progress on that. Next step, we are going to start applying washes and highlights. I hope you find this interesting. And yeah, keep tuned if you want to see the second part. As usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye!